Welcome back, hunters! Today we're looking at 5 rifle calibers that once ruled the Canadian outdoors, but have slowly fallen out of favor. From the deep woods of Ontario to the rugged Yukon, these rounds used to be the go-to choice for moose, deer, and bear. But as modern hunting evolved, so did caliber preferences. This video isn't about promoting or selling firearms, it's purely for educational and sporting discussion, focusing on why these calibers lost their place among Canadian hunters and what replaced them in the field. Number 5. 243 Winchester. The 243 Winchester burst onto the scene in 1955, a brainchild of Winchester and the National Rifle Association. Born from necking down the .308 Winchester case to 243 inches, it was made for varmint hunting coyotes and prairie dogs across Canada's open prairies. Hunters loved its flat trajectory for quick shots up to 300 yards. In the 1960s and 70s, it became a go-to for young shooters and deer hunters in provinces like Alberta and Saskatchewan, where light recoil let beginners build confidence without shoulder ache. But by the 1990s, Canada started tightening non-restricted rifle rules under the Firearms Act. The 243's rimless design and semi-auto compatibility raised flags for potential high-capacity mag use, clashing with new storage and transport regs. Plus, as moose and elk hunts grew popular, its lighter bullet, 55-100 grains, lacked the punch for bigger game, leading to bans on its import for certain surplus military-style rifles chambered in it. Today, it's avoided in favor of more versatile calibers like the .308, though vintage fans still reload it for nostalgia shoots at controlled ranges. Historically, it shaped ethical hunting by promoting precise, low-meat damage shots on small game. Pros: superflat shooting path keeps bullets on target over long distances, perfect for open Canadian fields. Mild kick makes it ideal for new hunters or youth programs, reducing flinch and building skills safely. Affordable brass and bullets keep costs down for practice at ranges, encouraging responsible marksmanship. Cons: not enough stopping power for large animals like caribou, risking poor ethics and longer suffering. Sensitive to wind drift with light projectiles, demanding expert wind reading skills. Limited bullet variety now due to faded popularity, making sourcing tricky without stockpiling. Number 4. 7mm Remington Magnum. Introduced in 1962 by Remington, the 7mm Remington Magnum quickly became a long-range king for big-game hunters in Canada's rugged Rockies and Northern Territories. By shrinking the .375 H&H case to 7mm .284 inches, it packed 140 and 175 grain bullets at over 3,000 feet per second, ideal for elk and mule deer at 400 pull yards. In the 1970s, it dominated outfitters in British Columbia, where steep terrain needed a caliber that punched through brush without losing steam. Canadian shooters prized its energy retention for clean, one-shot kills, aligning with fair chase ethics. However, the 1990s brought change with escalating concerns over Magnum caliber's role in surplus imports. The Firearms Act's 1995 amendments eyed high-velocity rounds for their use in tactical rifles, leading to restricted classifications that hiked paperwork and storage costs. As environmental regs favored lead-free ammo, the 7mm's heavy recoil, over 20 FTLABs, wore out scopes and scopes faster, deterring casual users. By 2010, Canada leaned toward milder options like the 7mm .08, sidelining the Magnum for its overkill on smaller game like whitetails. Still, archival hunts show its legacy in sustainable trophy management. Pros: massive downrange energy flattens big game ethically from afar, suiting vast Canadian landscapes. Versatile for multiple species from deer to sheep with right loads, promoting all-season utility. Excellent for handloaders tweaking for specific hunts, fostering precision and safe reloading workshops. Cons: brutal recoil jars new or smaller-framed shooters, potentially causing bad habits like jerking the trigger. Pricey premium bullets strain budgets for frequent range time, excessive for close-quarter woods hunting, where over-penetration risks bystanders in group scenarios. Number 3. 270 Winchester Short Magnum WSM. Remington unveiled the 270 WSM in 2002 as a short, fat cousin to the classic .270 Winchester, squeezing more powder into a stubby case for speeds topping 3,200 FPS with 130 grain bullets. Tailored for North American big game, it's shown in Manitoba's aspen parks and Ontario's boreal forests, where hunters needed quick follow-ups on wary moose. Its beltless design fed smoothly in bolt actions, earning fans for fast cycling during 2000s guided hunts. Canada embraced it briefly for its balance of power and portability in bush plains. But trouble brewed with 2006's handgun-to-rifle caliber scrutiny under Bill C-68 updates. The WSM's Magnum-like ballistics mirrored restricted semi-autos, prompting import freezes on WSM-chambered lever actions from abroad. Recoil similar to a 300 Win Mag, 18 FTLBs, sidelined it for families, while rising copper ammo mandates clashed with its lead-heavy traditions. By 2015, as Canada prioritized non-Magnum efficiency, the WSM faded, replaced by the sleeker 6.5 Creedmoor for less waste on table fare. Educational reloads today highlight its short case efficiency in historical contexts. Pros: compact case boosts velocity in short barrels, great for lightweight mountain rifles in Canada's backcountry. Superb accuracy with low twist rates, aiding ethical headshots on game. Fuel-efficient powder burn cuts brassware, ideal for sustained range sessions without fatigue. Cons: higher chamber pressure risks bolt failures in older actions, needing pro inspections. Steep ballistic drop beyond 500 yards demands rangefinder mastery. Niche status limits factory ammo, pushing reloaders toward risky substitutions if not careful. Number 2. 30-30 Winchester. The 30-30 Winchester, launched in 1895, revolutionized lever-action rifles like the Winchester Model 94, becoming synonymous with brush gun hunting in Canada's eastern hardwood forests. With a 30 caliber, .308 inches bullet at 2,500 FPS from a lever case, it downed black bears and whitetails inside 200 yards, perfect for thick Quebec trails. By the mid-20th century, it was every farmer's saddle gun, its tubular magazine holding 6 or 10 rounds for rapid, safe follow-ups in thick cover. Affordable and reliable, it embodied Canadian self-reliance. Yet, as the 1980s amnesty periods ended, the Firearms Act targeted lever calibers for their magazine capacity, classifying some as prohibited in urban storage rules. The rimmed case jammed in modern bolts, and its mild power, 1900 FTLBs, couldn't compete with Magnums for Prairie Bighorn. Lead phase-outs in waterways hurt its soft point designs, and by 2000, Canada favored centerfires like the .308 for versatility. Vintage clubs preserve it for heritage shoots, teaching safe lever handling. Pros: iconic mild recoil suits all ages for confidence building at family ranges. Short range power excels in wooded ambushes, minimizing stray shots. Cheap, plentiful components make it accessible for beginner handloading classes. Cons: arcing trajectory limits long pokes, frustrating open country users. Rimmed brass causes feeding hiccups in non-lever guns, outdated for modern ethics on larger game, where deeper penetration is key. Number 1. 303 British. The 303 British, adopted by the British Empire in 1888, powered Canada's military from Boer War trenches to W22 battlefields, later transitioning to civilian surplus like the Lee Enfield. Its rimmed .311-inch case hurled 174-grain bullets at 2400 FPS, ideal for red deer in Newfoundland's fjords or caribou in the Yukon. Post-war surplus rifles flooded markets, making it a budget staple for 1950s hunters valuing its 1-800 FTLBs for medium game. Reliable in cold snaps, it froze less than rimless rivals. But 1970s demilling of military stock under emerging regs deemed its military heritage a risk for prohibited conversions. The rimmed design fouled extractors, and corrosive surplus ammo rusted bores, clashing with clean range standards. As Canada harmonized with NATO .308 in the 1990s, the 303's odd metrics faded, imports halted for safety audits. Now it's a collector's relic for historical reenactments, underscoring safe surplus handling. Pros: proven durability in harsh Canadian winters, withstanding abuse for reliable field use, balanced ballistics for ethical kills on deer-sized game without excess, abundant cheap surplus for educational disassembly demos. Cons: corrosive primers demand meticulous cleaning to avoid rust hazards. Heavy rifle pairings amplify weight for long hikes. Metric mismatches complicate modern reloading dies, risking pressure spikes. And that wraps up our look at the 5 rifle calibers Canada turned away from. Some of them still hold a place in history, but it's clear the hunting world up north has moved on to more efficient modern options. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow hunters. Remember, this content is for lawful, educational, and hunting-related purposes only. Thanks for watching, and as always, hunt safe, stay sharp, and respect Canada's great outdoors.